Cam, who do you got for number 10?
Jake, I got the Jags at number 10. The Jags, I think they bolstered themselves up. I think I gave them a B during the draft. And we always talk about this, Jake. The draft is not the end all be all, right? And these rankings aren't the end all be all because they could go to the season and just flop, right? But the Jaguars, they finished strong last year with their ranking. I believe last year they were like number 7, a little bit higher in the power ranking list, but I dropped them down a little bit because other teams crushed it in the draft, right? You talk about the Dolphins, you talk about the Jets, really the Jets, but some folks really crushed it this year. But I got the Jags coming in number 10, Jake, out of the league when it comes to after the draft. You think about some of the pickups that they had in the offseason as well. We're not just thinking about the draft, but just their whole addition. Calvin Ridley's coming back. Jake, we're talking about the betting piece, how important betting literacy is at this point. Calvin Ridley, I think he's going to come back with a vengeance, right? The Jags, they lost in the playoffs. I think Calvin's sitting at home like, dang, if only I was there, things would have been a little bit easier. So I love that piece there. And then, with ETN being a little bit banged up, you got some running backs, Tank Bigsby coming in from Auburn, which is really cool. Anton Harrison coming in at tackle to protect, the quarterback there at the Jags. So I love their picks there, Jake. Any thoughts from you on the Jaguars in that 10th place spot?
Yeah, so I kind of wrestled with that. I had them 10th or 11th. I decided to go with 11th, so they missed mine, but they would be the quote-unquote honorable mention. Now, the interesting little tidbit that I didn't know is when they drafted Anton Harrison, they actually knew that Cam Robinson was going to receive a suspension. So I believe it is a substance abuse suspension, if I'm not mistaken, but he is going to miss some games. And so I think Anton Harrison, who you and I both liked coming out of the draft at Oklahoma, I think he's going to get a chance to really establish himself early on. And if he has to kick on over to right tackle when, if and when Cam Robinson comes back at that left tackle spot, so be it. But I think they got a really good player in Cam Robinson, and to add to their running back room, like you said, with Tank Bigsby. And I think, just Travis Etienne is going to be chomping at the bit because I think he was really building off of a true rookie year last year where he just was able to explode. So you have Trevor Lawrence finally with a normal coach and not the worst head coach in NFL history. You talk about that, room that they really kept, together. I mean, they did bring back Ingram. We saw what Ingram could do in the playoffs. You have Kirk. You have Zay Jones. I really like the Jaguars this year. I think there's a very high likelihood that they are going to win that division.